Friday, March 2nd, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, got a lot of information to share in this video. Everything from nearly 2 million power outages to multiple rivers going dry again. And these are just the ones that we know about. I want to thank Ken for sharing this story with me from strangesounds.org and Jason for sharing a link with me to another man in South Carolina that is looking at an empty river, mystified, wanting to know where the water went. And that was from South Carolina. We'll get to that here in just a minute. But first, you're looking at a picture from Plainfield, New Jersey. This was sent to me by Elliot just a couple hours ago of a power pole that is obviously out of commission. This is from Plainfield, and this community is probably part of the 1.7 million people in the upper northeast that are without power. From Winter Storm Riley. And if you look at the storm from the satellite perspective, this is the water vapor loop of the GOES 16 instrument, looks almost identical, even though it's a much different storm, but it looks almost identical, like it's a cousin to Superstorm Sandy from 2012. Sandy had that great big comma feature, and so does this one. Got that big personality, but this is a much different storm, but it's still a big, powerful storm. It's got almost 2 million people without power as I do this video. 571,000 in Pennsylvania, 413,000 in Massachusetts, 355,000 in New York, 250,000 in New Jersey, and 148,000 in Rhode Island. That rounds up the top 5. The first 2 make up almost 1 million. So you're looking at around 1.7 million people right now without electricity from this storm, and the wind field has gotten stronger as the day has progressed, and right now the winds are, I think, as strong as they've been all day long. This is the latest reading of this buoy just off the coast of Boston, showing a reading of 22.3 feet. The last time I checked that, it was at 16 feet. So it's increased exponentially since the last time I looked at it. So the winds are getting stronger. The storm is far from over yet. Tonight's going to be interesting with regard to the full moon and the high tide. That's all going to take place around 11:40 p.m. Today, when it occurred, I think it nearly set a record. So we know that the moon influences the waters on Earth. It definitely has an impact on the tides. That's not rocket science. We know that. Will it, or what kind of effect will it have tonight with this storm pushing all this water and these big waves like I just showed you? There's going to be 20-foot waves potentially offshore when that full moon high tide occurs. So they could easily set a record in Boston tonight, is what I'm saying. Back to the rivers. We're seeing this phenomenon happen again. This is from strangesounds.org. Multiple examples here of rivers that have gone completely dry, and they're from today, March 2nd. And there are a couple of different things being discussed in this article. Is it the wind? In fact, that's what one picture alludes to. Strong winds are pushing the water out at the Washington boat ramp. There's no water at all, and you can see boats right here. This is the Neuse River and Pamlico River in North Carolina. These rivers are heavily influenced by the tides. So to say this is a completely extraordinary phenomenon, that would not be accurate, because these are definitely influenced by the tides. They're right here on the coast of North Carolina. There's another one that I want to show you. It's in South Carolina, but I don't know exactly where. And I want to point out, these are just the ones that we know about. This could be happening in multiple places. We just haven't heard yet. The places that I want to show you right now are occurring right here. That's this picture, and this picture. There's also some other ones that are quite impressive. They're on Facebook, and they do ask the question here, is the water receding phenomenon due to the storm that I just showed you that's engulfing the East Coast, or is this weird event due to the full moon tides? Or could it be a combination of both? Or could it be neither? And I mean, there's a lot of questions when you see stuff like this happen, and you have locals, like I've had, at least a dozen times that have seen this. up the coast of Florida. They've never seen it in their life, and they've lived there their entire life. This is a different scenario, but here's some more pictures. This is the, where's it at? Oh, this is the Pamlico River. And they're attributing this to the nor'easter. There's some pictures here, and these are excellent pictures from Jane Lassiter Bowen's Facebook post. I'll put the link in the description box below. But look at that. And that's why they're taking pictures, is because it's very unusual. So if the moon is having this type of influence on the water, what type of influence will it have tonight at a full moon during high tide up in Boston? Look at that boat, just sitting on the ground. They were not prepared for that. So very unusual. We got the water disappearing once again, and we've got a lot going on with big storms again. Is it just a coincidence? I don't think that the wind is blowing the water out. If you watch this video here, Jason shared this link with me about this gentleman from South Carolina. This is a different location. And you can clearly see that the water has disappeared from wherever this is at. Some river, it looks like. There's a boat sitting in the mud. And there's a boat there leaning up against the pier, and it's in the mud. So anyway, I don't have permission to use this video. I'll post the link in the description box below. You can come check it out. The guy is walking around out here. He's a little bit mystified at the water completely disappearing. And there's no wind blowing. If you notice in the video, you don't see any wind blowing. So not exactly sure what's going on here. I know back in January we noticed this in Ecuador. Our friend Jose took multiple pictures of the boats sitting in the mud, and there was no wind there either. So I don't know, it's kind of a big deal if you ask me. When you see water disappear like that, water is very, very heavy. Oh, water is heavy, water is big, and water is strong. So whatever's doing that is equally as strong, if not stronger. You see what I'm getting at? That's why it's such a big deal. I can't emphasize what a big deal that is. Whatever's doing that is insanely strong. So watch the tides tonight, guys, in Massachusetts, in Boston. It could be a record setter tonight. You've already got significant waves off of the coast right here of 22 feet. Let's check this one right here. It's a little bit closer. Massachusetts Bay. Let's just get some data real quick while we're here. All right, here we go. Ooh, 24 foot. So we factor in the full moon at high tide. What do you think that's going to turn into? Probably a record setter. And that one is right here. Let's look at the Cape buoy. That one's at 14 feet, but that's in a little bit different location. Let's check this one here. Doesn't say. So we have one here that's at 24 feet. 22 and 24 respectively. And those are the most current readings. So the storm, like I said, is far from over. I think this one here, yeah, this one's 24. Yeah, 24 foot here. Significant wave height. Let's check another one real quick while we're here. Jeffrey's Ledge. This is off the coast of New Hampshire. Oh, wow. 27 foot. That's the biggest I've seen all day. So again, we factor that in with the high tide full moon tonight at 11:40. And what's that going to equate to? Probably a new record. And that one's off the coast of New Hampshire at 27.6 feet. That's nearly, it is, it's 11 feet. I was going to say nearly 11 feet. That is 11 feet higher than the tallest reading, or the highest reading I had seen all day. What's this one here? This is off the coast of Concord, New Hampshire. It doesn't say. Let's look at this one real quick. 16-foot wave. That's off the coast of southern Maine. So either way, anywhere in this location could see records tonight during the full moon high tide at 11:40 p.m. tonight. So I'm going to be watching the data myself and see how this all unfolds. But we've got rivers disappearing again. And these are, I want to emphasize, these are just the ones that we know about. These are from March 2nd, today. Again, these are just the ones that we know about. If you know of any, by all means, share them with us at reports@mrmbb333.com. And that's right over here at the website. You can also see the phases of the moon. It's updated every day. We are in full moon phase tonight. So full moon tonight with the high tide should be very interesting. If you haven't checked out the website, by the way, it's mrmbb333.com. I've got real-time space weather data here that's updated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's your one-stop space weather shop. Bookmark the site. A good little hub for data and information. Up here at the Daily Report, there's new stories that are updated daily, sometimes multiple times a day. The Sky Phenomenon Photo Gallery, if you have very interesting pictures of the sky, or just anything in general that you may think is interesting, we try to keep it to Sky Phenomenon. You can share your photos to this website, and we'll post them here at the photo gallery. And again, that's reports@mrmbb333.com. And this gallery is made, or has been made by you. All of these photos were sent in by you guys. So good job, and keep them coming. We love Sky Phenomenon photos, so keep them coming. And again, real-time solar wind speed, Earth's vital signs. This is something that I've studied for years out of the University of Rice. Pay attention to those dials every day. You can learn a little bit about the sun and the Earth's connection to the sun, space weather, the Earth's shields. Here's the ionosphere. One click away, you've got real-time ionosphere data that shows any interactions that Earth may be having with solar storms, space weather in general. So it's a good little hub for information. Bookmark it and check it out. Guys, pay attention to the high tide up in Boston tonight. It could get interesting. This storm is far from over. And share any pictures you have of any water anomalies. We're always interested in those as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a super day and be safe out there.